Mga kababayan, ma'am sir, this is Jam, the Filipino channel lang niyo pong lingkod. So today is March 3, 2026. Tayo ngayon ay papunta dyan sa may maternal and child care clinic. Dito yan sa may Hito Street, Longos, Malabon. At dadalhin po natin yan sa may PNB Samson Road, Barangay 77, University Hills, Caloocan. Okay, so magbabalik po tayo mamaya konti pag nakuha na po natin sila. Disclaimer lamang po, ang content po natin ay kalsada at hindi ang passenger. Kaya nga naman sa kasakali mo po na may marinig kayo, mga pangalan ng lugar, pangalan ng tao, pangalan ng organizations, government o private man yan, wala pong kinalaman ng channel nito at wala pong pinapatungkulan. Lahat po ng pinag-uusapan dito ay pawang dito lamang po yan sa loob at wala pong pinapatungkulan sa labas. Okay po, magbabalik po tayo mamaya konti po. Ayan, makinig muna tayo ng mga nagbabagong balita at talakayan. Pakinggan natin ang press con ng Presidente Bongbong Marcos.
Hindi sila ma-attack dahil sa misidentification, dahil nga tuloy-tuloy ang pagbomba, missile attack, drone attack, and we already have seen friendly fire incidents in the past days. So kailangan natin magbayan. So right now, safety first for our people, and they are in constant contact with our embassy staff, both and the families of those who are working and living in the Gulf countries. Meron silang hotline with the Department of Migrant Workers and also with the DFA para maitanong naman nila kung anong kalagayan ng kanilang mga kamag-anak. The other thing is na yung contact, may telepono pa. So they can actually call their own people, their relatives or their friends and see if they are okay. And kung kailangan, kung wala silang makontak, yung mga kamag-anak nila ang magsasabi sa atin na delikado yung mga tao natin in this place, pwede niyong puntahan at dalhin ninyo sa safe place. So, in general, that is the situation right now. We are forced on 24/7 alert. The embassies and all our foreign posts have given the hotline numbers and all the other modes of contact. But essentially, ang advice natin sa kanila, shelter in place and follow the host government's advice. Yun ang magiging pinakamahalagang informasyon dito ay kung anong sabihin ng mga local authorities. Kaya mabuti naman dahil napakarami nating kababayan doon, marami tayong contact point sa mga gobyerno sa iba't ibang bansa kung saan nandun ang may OFW na Pilipino. So, ang ginagawa natin, sila ang tinatanong natin. Sila ang may pinakamagandang informasyon na makapagsabi sa atin, safe na ilabas ninyo na, i-evacuate nyo na yung mga tao ninyo. And what means of evacuation that will be,
Grabe naman po si Tamasya.
Kung saan idadaan ang ating mga
wala, sarado yung daan
para sila ay malagay muna sa safe place at eventually maiuwi dito sa Pilipinas. So these are the plans that we have to in place. Maglalagay na sana tayo ng mga quick response team doon sa mga crossing area. Pero kagaya ng nakasabi ko, yung mga crossing area, kung maalala ninyo, halimbawa, you remember when the Hamas attack was done in Gaza, dinaan natin sila sa Rafah crossing, nagpunta sila sa Egypt. Ngayon, ang karamihan ng mga Pilipino in Israel are in Tel Aviv. Malayo na yun, sa Rafah crossing. So we have to find other ways. So sa ngayon, we are depending on the advice that will be given to us by the local authorities in the place where our nationals, where our people are. And that is what we are hoping we will will be able to determine, to assess when it is safe for us. We already are collecting assets, mga bus, mga sasakyan. We are already collecting those assets para pag bigyan tayo ng kahit counting minutes, sabihin, meron kayong 3 oras. At ready na tayo para mailabas na kagad sila. O yung mga kababayan natin, there's another thing that we're doing. Yung mga kababayan natin, mga workers natin na nasa areas kagaya ng mga oil refineries sa Saudi, oil refineries have now become a target. Maraming Pilipino doon. So in the other places that are danger areas where there are plenty of Filipinos, nilalabas din natin sila doon to bring them to a safer place. So yun ang ating ginagawa for now within the area. Mahirap pa talagang pumasok at lumabas doon sa area na yan. Dahil ang lumilipad lang ngayon ay ang mga fighter jet at saka drone at saka missiles. Kaya it's not a place that you would want to put in a civilian aircraft to take out our nationals. But again, as I said, the situation is changing by the minute, by the hour. So we just have to be in very good and close contact with the local authorities so that they can give us. But we are also talking to our friends in the United States, our friends in Israel, so that they can give us an idea. Hindi sila magsasabi kung ano yung gagawin nila, pero they can give us advice. Huwag kayo munang papasok dito sa lugar na ito dahil magulo pa dyan. Huwag kayong papasok. So dito, medyo safe na dito, etc. So lahat ng ating kayang kausapin para magbigay ng impormasyon sa atin, para naman maging safe ang ating mga kababayan ay ating ginagawa. The other aspect that we met about today was about the economic impact that this will have on us. As you can imagine, the prices of oil have already taken a adjustment upward. It went all the way up to 82 pesos. I'm sorry, $82 initial shock. Pero they closed at 76.50. So nag-adjust na pababa. So that is expected. First of all, let me assure everyone that we have sufficient supply of oil. Meron tayong stockpile that are approximately 50 to 60 days in terms of gasoline, in terms of fuel oil, and in terms of kerosene. So that is let me immediately allay the fears of everyone that our supply of oil-derived product, oil derived products, even fertilizer is something that we have to look at. And we have sufficient supply. Let me look at the precise numbers. Our stockpiles are diesel, we have 15.5 days, fuel oil is 51.5 days, gasoline is 51.5 days, kerosene we have 67.5 days, jet fuel A1, jet fuel 50 days, LPG is 29 days. So we are okay for that period of time. Ngayon, to further provide fuel supply the oil product, yung ating mga pinagkukuhanan ng ating mga iba't ibang oil products ay meron din silang stockpile. So, hindi pa yun ilalabas, hindi pa nila in-export. So that is another potential supply for us. However, we must be very clear that if you are a country that is holding a stockpile of oil products, you will export as little of it as possible so that you keep your own stockpile high while this crisis is going on, while we do not know what is going to happen. However, beyond that, of course, it will be there will be a great effect on on the oil prices that we are facing here. We have already seen the reaction on on oil products sa crudo, sa gasolina, the Philippines.
Malakas managayong sa center ngayon. Hindi, kasi pang gabi din. Pero laki ng cortas, SS. Tapos yung ano ba ito, yung tax.
Expected oil price hike in the coming weeks.
Tapos di mo nga nakita improvement. Meron sa... Na-drop na natin sila. Maraming salamat po sa panonood hanggang sa muli. Ingat po at God bless. Paalam po muna. Pansamantala tayo ay gagawa na ng ibang video sa ating susunod na mission.